Yes, they can hear us now. Welcome, Twitch. It is that time. That's right. It's time for the Living Room Show with your special guest host tonight. Give it up for Leah Bonema.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so delighted to be here. I am subbing for Aaron. Obviously, nobody can replace Aaron. He is fantastic. We actually couldn't even get into the Zoom without him. So that is how amazing he is. If people want to take their, if they want to unmute themselves so I don't feel like I'm alone in the dark void of my mind, alone in the universe, I would deeply appreciate it. We have a really fun show tonight. I am wearing my new Dolly Parton hat. I just went to Dollywood. Hello. And I am in California, so you can probably hear my 3 air purifiers going at full dirty fire air strength. It has definitely been a emotional couple of weeks, and so our area evacuated. I'm very grateful to be back in my home. And we got a call, you have a mandatory evac. And it reminded me of, I realized that I can go through my life with crisis packing moments. And one of them was, and I remembered this during this period of time, and I actually think it's very funny. So I was working in New York, and I got a call that my mom was in a car crash. And before we go through the story, I'm going to tell you now, she lives, so we don't have to worry about that for the rest of the story. I get this phone call and they say, hey, are you Leah Bonema? Yes, yes. Your mom's been in a car crash. It's very bad. They want you to bring the living will, all this stuff. So I'm in the city. I don't have a car. I call my boyfriend in Queens and I say, hey, I'm renting a car at the Hertz, not that it matters, on 42nd Street, pack a bag and meet me there. I'm going to Jersey. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. So he goes, okay. He packs a bag. He meets me at Hertz. We drive to New Jersey. We get there. If you've ever been in a hospital in like an emergency situation, they actually take you out of the regular waiting room and put you in a waiting room with other people who are losing their minds. So you don't have to put your panic out to the entire population. So it's a long night. My mom has a 12-hour operation. They have to bring in another doctor. They let me in to see her. The nurses say they're going to let me sleep at the hospital on the floor. I don't want to leave her. I go, okay. I open the suitcase that this man has packed for me. Is there pajamas in there? No. Is there toothbrush in there? No. The whole suitcase is full of low-cut V-neck shirts. The entire suitcase. I mean, just sweaters that are like half-tops and V-neck shirts. And I look at him and I go, what happened with the packing? And it's like he packed in a fugue state because he was like, I don't know what I did. I just must have panicked. And I find cleavage so comforting. I spent a month in this hospital with cleavage and 2 pair of pants that I got at Target. I'm going to write a whole book called Panic Packing. I recently said to my, we're now engaged, that man and I, and anytime I meet somebody, how I always think, what's the quality that they have that if an alien took over their body, I would know it was them because the alien didn't do this thing. That's what I think when I meet people. And I don't know if you guys think that. Is that a regular thought?
No.
No, you gotta try it. It helps you remember things about people. And so I said to my fiance, I go, hey, babe, what would be my quality that like you would run by the aliens to see if it was me or not? And he was like, oh, when we came home from a trip, if they put away all the things in their suitcase, I would know it wasn't you.
Ooh.
Because I have left as a say, I have a suitcase that is still packed from about 2 weeks ago. So, hey, I thought that was a lovely thing to say. I don't know how everybody is dealing with their anxiety. I bought a trampoline Stop it. Who am I? It's a mini trampoline, and I put it in the middle of the living room. And my girlfriends and I call it Trampin' Netflix. So you just get on there and you go, is life ending? I don't know. I'm jumping, baby. And now I'm watching all of Pride and Prejudice. I'm having the time of my life. If anybody has any recommendations, I like a low stakes television show. A lot of breathless people, and the whole thing is whether or not they looked at people. I did go to Dollywood. I took my mom. She does have an injury from the car accident, so she can't travel alone. So I took her to Dollywood. And my mother only likes stories where people in the stories die at the end. I don't know if other people have family members like this. This is not from the car accident. She's been like this since the day I was born. We like get around the table at dinner. We talk about, oh, they have this disease. You know what I mean? That's how we roll in our family. That's how we have a good time. Did you know who has like this new illness? You know what I mean? It's a party. So we're driving through Tennessee. My grandmother was a tobacco picker. She picked tobacco in Tennessee. And we're driving by and she says to my fiance, this is where my mother was born and raised. It was a really hard life, a lot of people in one house, but but they had a cow. Everybody loved the cow. And I look at my dude and I go, cow's dying in this story. don't get attached to this cow. For sure, this cow is getting shot. And my mom turns around, best timing in the world. Leah, that cow does not get shot. He got run over by a train. I don't know. I love it. I'm still obsessed with my dogs. For those of you who know me, they are the light of my life. I start every day by breathing their breath. I put my mouth over their mouth and I breathe in their breath, and then I breathe our breath back into them. Oh, yes. My friend told me I have to stop letting them kiss me on the mouth. And I was like, oh, I'm not letting them kiss me. I'm breathing their breath. I do volunteer at a dog shelter, and I volunteer for animal transportation, like taking animals like in the wildfires or foster animals to vet appointments. And so I have a tote bag that has the name of the organization on it, and it has a picture of a dog's head on it. Okay, so I'm walking across the street. This is a true story. This lady walks right up to me. She's mad. She's mad from the beginning, and she points at my bag and goes, what about cats? You can't save cats? You don't like cats? And I feel like social media has ruined how we communicate with people. You know what I mean? Like she's treating me like I'm an Instagram post. You know, when you post like a picture of a sunset and somebody comes in and they're like, what about sunrises? You hate sunrises? I just turned around. I was like, lady, this bag is made out of cats. Because of just at it. You know what I mean? You're like, I like my mom. I like water mammals. How big does this bag have to be? And she was like, your silence on guinea pigs is deafening. I did have guinea pigs. I've had every animal. Does anybody else have guinea pigs? Now, they're not really animals for adults. They're sort of usually for children. But I had them when I lived in New York, and they're the best New York pet. You're like, let's get a rat off the subway, put him in a sweater, love him for the rest of his life. We are going to have fun tonight. We have everybody slowly coming in now after the pause. Thank you for still joining us. Lots of fun people I haven't seen in a long time. Excited for this next comic. We were in New York together. We have almost the same birthday, which is unbelievable. Best sign on the Zodiac, Scorpio. And thrilled to see him tonight. You've heard him on Sirius XM. You've seen him on Dry Bar. Luke Thayer, everybody.
Well, hello. That introduction. Wow. Leah, one of my favorite comics. We've known each other for so long. We go way back, so that's why Leah's not leaving this set. She's staying on with me. We started out together, and we're going to end this thing together tonight. Oh, man. So funny, Leah. Man, I worry about you guys a little bit being out in LA. I was actually in LA. I just missed you guys. I think you were not in LA for a couple days, right? A couple weeks ago?
Yeah, we were in Dollywood.
Yeah, you're in Dollywood. Like I was in LA that week that you guys were in Dollywood. So, I mean, the good thing is you got to see shows. I was on some shows, and both were on fire. So that's what. Okay, Michael, are we doing this? Oh no, but LA is such an interesting place. We don't have to make it all about LA, but you are there, and it just got me thinking about that. By the way, whoever's blending, I like kale in my smoothie. So did you guys hear that? Yeah. So are you into the books, Leah? Like,
do
you
I
like to read? Yeah.
Yes.
Are you a self-help book person?
No, I only read fiction.
Only fiction? See, I'm a fiction person too. So I went into a bookstore in LA to try to find some fiction. The only thing I could find was like personal growth, spiritualism, like just those sections were huge. The only thing I couldn't find was the employable skills section. They didn't seem to have that in LA.
We're not into that here, Luke. That is not how you manifest.
That's not. There was a huge manifestation section. Yes, huge. That's how you get work, is you just manifest it. You don't have to have skills. So man, I always get self-conscious when I'm in LA too, right? Because I'm trying to look cool now. I ended up looking like a youth pastor, but I try, right? That's what I'm going for. I think I'm looking cool, like K-pop, and somebody says, "You look like the guy that told Justin Bieber about Jesus." I'm like, okay, that's okay. And LA, man, everyone's so good looking. Like I kept running into all of these really good looking people, guys. Like everybody has their shirt open, everybody has abs. And I finally decided to talk to one of them. I was like, "So what do you do for a living?" He's like, "I'm homeless." I'm like, even the homeless people make me look bad. Man, they're good looking. Muscle Beach, man.
Hot homeless dudes.
Yeah, it's you know what? I think they're called actors.
Ooh.
Like I said, we don't have to make this whole set about LA, but it's Leah. I feel like you just over the years you haven't aged at all. Like you just if somebody told me you were 25, I would say I don't believe that because I've known her for 25 years. But but I do think you look 25.
Oh, Luke, come on!
No, you look great.
Right now.
Yeah, you look great. Which I'm a Hollywood 29, so I don't know where you are now. But I was like, I was never a cool kid growing up, and I felt, like maybe a little inadequate. In high school, did you have like the military recruiters come to your high school?
No, but we did have people who drove race cars come to our high school.
That would have been, first of all, you sound like you're in an episode of Dukes of Hazzard. We just had stock car racers that just came on by and recruited. Well, we had military recruiters because in high school they were, they tried to get the young men and women to sign up, enlist. And I had been a overweight kid, and so I thought, I'll go talk to him. I walked up to him, and the recruiter goes, "We good."
No.
Oh,
No.
I know. They're like, how seriously? You can do a pull up. Okay. Yeah.
No.
But man, it's but we're adults now, so we don't have to think about all that kid stuff anymore. But yeah, it's good to see you. I feel like if you were here, we could hang out some more. Like we just did a Friendsgiving. Abby and I, yeah. Do you do the Friendsgivings still?
No, we usually are at relatives for that time of year.
I think the good thing about being with relatives on Thanksgiving is the hatred is already out in the open. We already know all the issues, right? A Friendsgiving, it's like, I got invited to a Friendsgiving we did, and they were not people that we knew well. Okay.
Ooh.
And so we're trying to get to know him. It's in New York. And I said the polite Midwestern thing. I go, what can I bring? Can I bring anything? Right? That's the polite thing to do.
Yes.
You know what this dude said to me? The turkey. No. That you can't dump the turkey on me. That's not how this is supposed to work, right? Like we all know the polite exchange, right? I say, can I bring anything? You say whatever you want. That's the thing. And then I take this old can of cranberry jelly that has been in my apartment since before I moved in there. I bring it to the Friendsgiving. I put it on the table. I leave it there. No one touches it. At the end of the night, I pick it back up and I put it back in that cabinet for the next tenant to use. That's the polite way to do this, right? The thing is, and you have a good mixture. You have like being from Maine, like you have like this politeness, but with edge. Yeah. And I don't have the edge part of it. I just have the politeness, and so it's very difficult for me to say no to people. Like I do the Midwestern thing. I say yes to your face, and then I disappear, and you never see me again for the rest of your life. That's the best I can do. And so, did I bring the turkey? No, I did not. I faked my own death. I keep trying to keep track of the time. I feel like we got maybe a couple more minutes, 2 more minutes. Perfect. We'll kind of wrap this whole thing. I feel like we could have a much longer conversation than just this, and one in which you get to talk.
No, I'm excited. This is a thrill.
Yeah, man, but it's. Let me think. We'll kind of like wrap it up with a couple things. One, we'll do this. Like, I found out recently. So I have a silicone wedding ring, right, and it's black. And I don't know, Leah, have you ever heard this, that black means swinger?
No, does it?
I've never heard this, but then I had some people come up to me and say, oh, your ring, it means you're a swinger, huh?
No.
I'm like, look, no. I've been married for 15 years. Look, I'm not having sex with other people's wives. I'm not having sex with my own wife, all right? That's what happened after 15 years. It's not what this ring means. This means I don't want my finger ripped off playing basketball. So, all right, this will be the last thing I say because, we have our daughter's 7 now. Can you believe that she is 7 years old? Just turned 7.
Wow.
You remember her back in the club? We bring her back and she'd be tiny. And, and something I'm trying to do is I'm trying to teach her some Bible verses. I grew up in church. I want to teach her a couple of these things, but she's of mixed race, my wife being black, and some of the names I'm learning in the Bible, I'm like, okay, it's pretty clear that these Bible people are not white, right? It's pretty clear, like just based off the name, like Jehoshaphat. I mean, come on, that is not. There's no chance that that's a white guy, right? Nebuchadnezzar. I mean, come on, that is not. That's not a white guy, right? These don't sound like white guys. It sounds like Wu-Tang Clan. All right, guys. Well, I got to run. Thank you so much for your time. Leah, thank you for staying on with me. I love this. You're a wonderful host. So funny and so young looking.
Oh, stop. Luke's there, everybody. Also young looking. So funny. Great to see Luke. I also have trouble saying no because of this. I think the small town thing, but I've worked really hard on it. I say no. I immediately go home and have diarrhea. I say no, and then I do not fill the void after it. I go home. You can eat something horrible and have diarrhea, but you're just going to say no now. That's then I can get a rash on my neck, but I still know.
I get it.
Have a great night, Luke.
All right. I'll see y'all soon.
Thanks, Luke.
Bye.
People do make fun of LA, and I love all the reasons people make fun of LA for. I'm totally into manifesting. I got little stickers all over my apartment with like positive things I say to myself. I, like when I first moved here, a lot of people work out or walk around with a weight vest on. And it was the first time I'd see it. And I was like, oh my God, did you guys know that you can actually just like gain weight? And that works too. But I love it. We're going to keep the show rolling. Coming to the technical and emotional stage, he is the host of the touring show of the very good comedy show, Robert Puncher, everybody.
Right. Hey. Thank you, Leah. It's also been too long since I've seen you. Hey, good to see you again. And Luke was not lying. You still look exactly the same. I don't know why he said 25. I don't think you look a day over 24. So I'm just saying, I don't know why he was being so rude with his politeness there. He could have given you another year. I do think that's actually what I want to start with is the rudeness with politeness, right? I do think there's a way that people are being too rude when they're trying to be polite. I'll give you an example. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you think of it, it's a demand, actually, right? Right? You did the nice thing. Now I am telling you to find a way to thank you. It's a very rude politeness. The impotence is on you. Very rude. It's not in Espanol, though, with gracias, right? Ooh, isn't that one sweet? Gracias? It's like an enchantment. Gracias, like a little magic trick, an onomatopoeia of sorts. You feel appreciated with the gracias. I like the gracias over the thank you. It's on the other end, too. Whenever you do the you're welcome. Oh, so entitled, right? The person did one nice thing, and then now you're being welcomed by them? To what? The ongoing existence? I mean, I've been there. No. Anyways, you look good. That's what I'm trying to get to there. I had a big year. It's been a little bit. I bought my first house this year. Yeah. It's thank you. After 13 years of living in New York City and grinding at the New York comedy scene, finally, I realized that I could just get a house in Western Pennsylvania and it costs less in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's not really a vertical mobility, just a mobility, But I'm excited. I'm going to go back. I grew up out there. It's a small town between Pittsburgh and Walmart. Butler, Pennsylvania. It was in the news this past summer. Not sure if you remember it. Some big things went down in Butler, Pennsylvania. One of those big things is now the president again. He got shot in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's what you might know it from. That's what put us back on the map, which kind of crazy because up to that point, the biggest tragedy to come out of Butler, Pennsylvania was my comedy career. So it is a very small town. It's a little town. So when that happened, I had to be concerned if my Uncle was involved. Thankfully, he was not. I do have an Uncle Munkle. I have an Aunt Marlene. I have an Aunt Darlene. It's a very country family out in that town, and now I have a house there. So I'm going to be going back. Right now, I am still based in New York, so I got a home security system for the house. It felt like a good move at the time. But then when I did, I learned that the biggest threat to the security of your home is the guy that sells you a home security system. I'll tell you what, he robs me every day now. Just bills. I never wanted my home to get broken into until I bought a home security system. Now, I'm just watching the camera. It's like, come on, get in there. Take my money so I can get my money's worth, please. Hasn't happened yet. So I got sheer curtains to create a what was she wearing kind of scenario. Still hasn't happened, which is good. That's good. Because I also got my first car this year, and that I was very excited for. It's a cool car. It's a Jeep Wrangler Sahara, bright yellow, very fun car. And then just before this past holiday season, somebody stole the car.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a real bah humbug. It really was not fun. It made me really regret that last joke about how much I wanted people to break into the house. And I said,
Oh.
turns out I don't like this at all. It was a very scary moment. I was in New York City. I work at a group home in the city for developmentally disabled adults because I'm a hero now. Hey, okay. I parked it in a private lot. I went inside for 10 minutes. I came out and the car was gone.
Oh.
Yeah. So I called the police, and the officer who came, he had braces. And acne. Oh boy. That's what I said when I saw him. I said, oh, a boy. I was expecting a policeman, but I suppose I can work with a police boy. How did you get here, buddy? Your parents drop you off at the crime scene, or just put a siren on the big wheel? That's yeah, he was a very young cop, but he was a cop. So I explained what happened, and he took his notes in blue crayon, of course, because he's a boy. And then he looked, and then I looked, and when we looked, and after about a month of looking, I was about to give up on it. I was about to accept the Jeep was gone and chopped up, and then I'd never see it again. I was going to take what insurance could offer. I was going to take out a loan. I was going to get a new one. The day I was going to get a new one, I got a call from that officer. And then he said, "Hey, mister," because he's a boy. And I said, "What's up, buddy?" And he said, "I found your Jeep." Whoa. Isn't that amazing? He got it. It was good. It was like still in the same condition. They'd only taken it a couple blocks away, tried hiding it, and it got towed, and it just took a month for the police in the impound lot to link it together. So I got it back. The day I thought I was getting a new one, it truly was. It was a Christmas miracle. It was. And it reminded me of a story from the Bible. We were talking a little bit about the Bible earlier. You know the story it reminded me of from the Bible? The one where Jesus' Jeep gets stolen? You remember that one? No, it was before that. It was in the Old Testament. It was when early man Abraham was told by God to take his son Isaac to the top of a mountain to kill him as a test of his love and faith for God. If he loved his God, he had to kill his son, which is a pretty extreme test, right? Oh, big whoa there. But Abraham did love his God, and he loved his son too, but his son had been chatty. So, all right, you gotta do what you gotta do. So he took him, and he was just about to kill him, and at the last minute, God appeared, and he just said, "Holy psych! I was goofing with you. Now I gotta kill your son. Take him home. Both of you live with that for the rest of your lives." You're gonna do it. Weirdo. It's a weird sense of humor on God, but that's what he did, and that's what it felt like when I lost the Jeep. I was going to take the loan, and then I got it back. He was goofing with me, you know. So I'll tell you what, I was so appreciative. I went home and I killed my firstborn child. That's what God would have wanted. All right. I do actually. I do have a kid at home now. I don't think I had a kid the last time that I saw you, Leah. I actually have a 9-year-old daughter. Her parents are very upset about it, but no, she's mine. I married a single mother, and the single mother came with a single child. Now we share a single household. It's actually very nice, very happy, very fun. But when I got the kid, she was 6. All right, and when you get a 6-year-old, they come ready with 6-year-old questions that I did not have 6 years of parenting to prepare me for. Right, so she caught me off guard. She came up to me one day. She said, "Daddy," which that was weird because up to that point, only her mother was calling me daddy. But She said, "Daddy, where do babies come from?" And I went, "Whoa, yeah, Hinge, apparently." Dating up Hinge. All right. I think that's my time. This is very fun. Thank you. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Robert, everybody. Oh my goodness. A home, a child, a car, a lady. What's going on?
It's a whole life, I know.
Whole life. I feel like that's what happens when you go, I moved to LA. What do I have? A human-sized dog bed and 2 dogs. Come on. Although I really want to tell everybody, if you can, get yourself a human-sized dog bed. It's the best. You just crawl right into it. It's like a womb. It literally just holds you and then just rocks you to sleep slowly. I mean, this is where I am in my life. Robert, hilarious. So funny.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you for the 24-year-old compliment. I am very grateful, so I appreciate that very much. I don't know, maybe it's water. Or maybe my face will just fall all at the same time. I can't take a compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's so. You're welcome.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
De nada. There we go.
So Aaron just texted me this, and I'm going to read it to you. Hey guys, if you want to send tips to the comics on Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, send it to the livingroomcomedy@gmail, and that would be amazing. That's from Aaron. And then he did the new effect on the iPhone where amazing moves in a ripple. And he goes, check out this ripple effect. And I put, wow, how did you do it? And he wrote, we're so old. So that was fun. Are y'all ready for your final comic of the evening?
Yeah.
Let's see the hands moving if we can't hear them. Coming to the emotional and technological stage, delighted to have her. She has a new dry bar special out. So you absolutely must check it out and write nice compliments. Like it, get in there, write positive things, share it. That's how we support Lana Siebel, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Cute love for Leah. Leah, I'm so happy to meet you. I heard amazing things about you. I'm a fan of yours, and you look 23. Let's up it, okay? No, you're beautiful. You're hilarious. I'm so happy to meet you.
Let's down it.
Yes, let's and thank you for the nice comments. A lot of trolls out there already. I'm like, come on, all this work, and you're gonna. All right, so thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. It's nice to be with you guys. I actually been married for a while, and my husband and I, it's Friday night. We are actually lately, we've been trying to go out a lot more, because we were like, we're tired of fighting at home. Right? Let's go out and give everyone a show. Yeah. So we went to see a Lil Baby concert. I don't know if you guys know who that is. We don't just go see random babies. He's a really good rapper, but yeah, he's pretty little. He's like 29, which that's my age forever. Okay. But yeah, no, my husband and I were getting older, and my husband's like a stocky Italian American guy. I'm a stocky Ukrainian Jewish lady. Yeah, so it just looked like 2 FBI agents. A dancing LL Baby concert. But yeah, I'm sorry about LA. That's terrible. I was there about a year ago. I love it. I do love it there. Leah, you had me at trampoline at Manifestation. Yes, I'm all about the positivity. They're not so much into that in New York, but I am. They made me throw away my trampoline. The downstairs neighbors did not care for it, but I'm happy to be indoors. I am, because New York now, it's like frozen over. It's like 10 degrees here. And I do have seasonal depression. I don't know if you guys have that. Like every season I'm depressed. Right? It's either Shirley, it's okay. Take your phone call. No worries. We gotta do what we gotta do to cheer ourselves up. It's fine. I'm just doing comedy. Just worked on these. It's okay. But yeah, I seasonal depression. Every season I'm depressed. You know, it's either too cold, too hot, too perfect, too sunny, too. I love that Shirley's still talking. This is amazing. She does. This is great. Yeah. Okay, so I just complained. You guys know that I'm Jewish. Okay, so I'm gonna complain about money now. No, but New York is crazy expensive. Robert, you did the right thing moving out of here. Expensive and not great conditions, right? And yeah, I am watching all those positivity YouTubes, you know? I am trying to constantly visualize abundance, right? But it's just showing up on the scale. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm doing it right. I actually came over from Ukraine when I was 7. I was actually a refugee, you know, and we're seeing refugees now. And you guys are seeing me right now. I don't look like a refugee, you know. I don't. I look like I just came back from a court date for storming the Capitol. And soon I'll be pardoned. I'm sorry, that joke works everywhere, guys. It's not safe out there, right? It's not. That works in Pennsylvania. Anyways, right, Robert? But yeah, I came over when I was 7. I had to go through a few different countries when I was coming over here. I had to go through Austria, which when I was like 7 years old, I thought my parents had said we're going to get to go to Australia. Right? I mean, like, I didn't know Austria existed. That's the only reason why I agreed to go to America, right? So we get to Austria. My parents are like, "Oh, look, this is the house where Hitler was born."
Oh.
Yeah, Michael, I was like, Hitler? Where are the freaking kangaroos? Right? So after like a month of 0 kangaroo sightings. I did not become the boomerang champion I thought I was going to be, you know. But then we got to go to Italy, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, Italy, that must have been really nice. Yeah, like the refugee camps we stayed at, I give like 0 stars. Yeah, like totally don't recommend. Okay. But I actually, a year ago, I did get to go back to Italy. But first of all, not as a refugee, so 5 stars. Okay, much better experience. You know, there was a happy ending to all this. Not sexually. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I got to go back, and I got to go back with my Italian-American father-in-law, my husband, my son, and my father-in-law would always tell me he's a fluent Italian speaker. And I was excited. My father-in-law, he even takes a course to brush up on his Italian. And, you know, I'm like, show me what you're learning, because I want to learn some Italian before we go. And he shows me the packets from his Italian class. Guys, yeah, it was just different names of pastas. I was like, seriously, linguine, fettuccine? Like, I'm pretty sure you know how to order in an Italian restaurant, right? I looked to the end of the packet, and there was a cannoli thrown in at the end. So I was like, yeah, I don't think we're going with an Italian speaker. And, you know, I've known my father-in-law for decades now. You know, we're close. I love him very much. I respect him. But we get to Italy, and like it turns out that my father-in-law would just speak in English with an Italian accent. Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of sound effects, a lot of ahs at the end, a lot of this. You guys know these people? Talk with their hands to look more Italian.
Bellissimo.
Bellissimo. They're still speaking in English. Like, it would be a lot of like, hey, excuse me. Yeah, where's the translation? Yeah, I was like, listen, you know, we're in Rome. Everybody's speaking English to us, right? Also, like, you speak English. Why are you reaching for the words? You know what? But yeah, I am thankful for him. We're very close. He's a kind person. Because yeah, I grew up in a house where I'm trying to be a much more positive person, right? Like I was telling you guys, like My mother, she's somebody who's very negative, very critical. I love her, but she's a very critical person. I don't know if you guys know these people, but like at this point, I've done so much. Yeah. Oh, hey, Shirley. She's nodding. Good. Yeah. This is group therapy now for the last minute before I go. Yeah. It's kind of amazing because I've done so much work on myself. So it's amazing to watch how she'll turn anything I'll tell her into something negative. It's like a magic trick. Right. So I'll come over and she'll be like, you need haircut. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, maybe. And she's like, yes, you need haircut because your hair, it's very long, it's too puffy, it's too stringy, you need layers because your face looks fat. Wow, right? By the way, my mom, she's not a vampire. We're just Eastern European. That's the accent. Yeah, just like an emotional vampire. But yeah, I'll come back and she'll be like, you got haircut. I'm like, yeah, you told me to. She's like, yes, but now, they cut it too short. It's still too poofy. Your face looks fat. Oh, wow, right? And not only that, there's more, okay, guys? There's more. She's also constantly questioning me when I come over. It's like an interrogation, right? So I'll come back, which I don't know why I do anymore. Guilt. Anyways, I'll come back and I'll go for a walk with my father, and we'll do some errands around the neighborhood, and I'll come back and she'll be like, and by the way, I forgot to mention, yeah, it's an interrogation, and also she thinks everyone has the hots for my father. Yes. I mean, everyone. They've been together for 50 years, but he's going to go outside and someone's going to steal this guy, right? So, yeah, I'll come back and she'll be like, when you went for a walk with your father, was Katya there? Yeah. Yeah, because I see how she's twirling her cane around him. Yeah. Always flirting with my husband. It's like, take it easy, Mr. Peanut. That's my man. Okay, so yeah, I can't take it anymore. I feel like I have not a solution, but maybe something we can do. Okay, so I think before these people, very negative people, talk to us, they need to give us some kind of a heads up, right? Like Leah just gave me a 2-minute sign, right? That's what we need, like some kind of a sign, like some kind of a warning before they talk to us, right? Like what needs to happen is my mom needs to read me my Miranda rights before she talks to me. Okay, like, yeah, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say will be used against you forever. Okay, guys, I'm Lana Siebel. This has been so fun. Yeah, you're awesome. Everyone's been great. Thank you so much, guys.
Lana, you are awesome. Oh, fantastic. So hilarious. You too. That's so funny. There's a song, a Fall Out Boy song that's in the middle of it. It says, anything you say can and will be used against you. And every time
really?
Oh my God, is this for my family? Nobody's coming in now. Besides, like I love that idea that negative people would have to give us a heads up.
Yeah.
I also feel like people who ask you advice and then you actually like work really hard to try to be helpful, and then they just minimize your answer.
Yeah.
They should also give you that they should have like a sign that's like, I'm not really asking. I just want you to tell me things, and then me say I can't do it. So you that's why I can't take it anymore.
Yes.
I had 2 people this week. I'm in like a ladies 40 plus weightlifting group, and like we just lift heavier and heavier, and like I'm into it, and like I get up early, you know what I mean? And then 2 people have asked me about it, and I was like, okay, and I talked to them about like how I've changed my schedule to try to like make it work and all this stuff, and both of them, they asked me, go, you know what? I have to work a lot, so I can't do that. And I'm like, am I over here like Nepo baby? I'm not like, I gotta pay. Why did you ask me if you just wanted to step on me at the end? What happened?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Let's just make a list of people that need to come with signs.
Yes, please.
Cathartic. Cathartic. This has been such a thrill. Thank you all for joining us. You're amazing. Thank you, Lana, Robert, and Luke. Aaron will be back next week. I believe he's in New Jersey, so if he can find his way out, he will be here. Thank you to Comedy Hub. Have a wonderful evening. Check out a miniature trampoline and a dog bed. It's a joy. Have a great night. Leah Bonema.
Thank you, Leah.